Prepare to have your musical perception shattered, as today I am going to take you into the world of the most dissonant intervals in music, and will even explore how to combine them together to create truly devastating harmonies. The minor second is one semitone above the tonic or starting note. Due to the very similar frequencies of this interval, 1.06, it creates an interesting texture that by itself is cool and all, but it can be used in more interesting ways. This interval complements the major third, the fourth, the sixth, and the minor seventh. However, these are not necessarily full chords by themselves. The flat 2 over 1 chord, D flat over C, is an example of a fuller chord. Although it does resemble the B flat major 7 chord, it is still unique as the C is in the bass line, not as the 7th. The relationship of the C and D flat is highlighted as the 3rd and 5th of the minor second. The F and A flat is present here. Melodically speaking, this interval has a billion different uses, either going up or down, but here are some cool examples to give you an idea of what it sounds like. The Devil's Interval. Well, not quite. This interval can actually be quite beautiful or completely unsettling, depending on how you use it. This interval uses the interesting ratio of square root of 2, or 1.41, which is logarithmically halfway between 1 and 2, just as the tritone is halfway between the root and octave, 6 semitones. But how can this be practically used? Well, Lydian chords are a great example. The way the tritone clashes with the tonic allows a very interesting color to emerge. It is usually seen as being devastating, but this interval can also be pleasant, predictable even, as seen with the dominant 7th chord. When writing melodies, it is generally wise to stay away from using this interval too much, but it is excellent as a passing tone sometimes, or used to build up tension. In the scale, the tritone gives almost a playful feeling, especially in the context of the Lydian scale. This interval is basically a minor second but up an octave, making it 13 semitones above the starting note. If you honestly care about the ratio, it is 2.12, which is double that of the minor second, due to the octave leap. Now, if the minor ninth is so similar to its octave lowered counterpart, why is it talked about so much online about being so unique? Why am I talking about it? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm guessing some jazzy people had the brilliant idea to raise a dissonant interval by an octave and call it something revolutionary. The most dissonant interval in Western music theory. Jazz musicians are very smart though, so I'll go with what they have to say. The most straightforward and simple way of using this chord is to use minor ninth chords, but not actual minor ninth chords with a major ninth, but with the ninth actually flattened. I call these pain chords because they hurt my ears, but sometimes that's what you want. Melodically speaking, good luck. This is an interval above an octave, so it immediately will stand out. It is also an incredibly dissonant interval. Because of these two factors, the minor ninth will almost never feel smooth. I guess that's why they say this is the most dissonant interval. These intervals can be put together to create Lydian chords and, of course, crazy extended chords. Here are some examples. Note that polychords are often used there, as they are often good ways of creating these intervals more naturally. You can of course find plenty more chords on your own that utilize these intervals together. It will just take a bit of experimentation and personal preference to find a good place where they actually fit. Throughout this quick video, I cautioned you quite a bit. However, this is coming from a composer who is more conservative with his harmony and isn't crazy about chord extensions and things like that. I just want to say that you can use these intervals as much as you want, whenever you want, and that this video is simply my own perspective on things. Anyways, have fun making cool harmonies.